Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to address the audience at this wonderful conference.
Тему доклада вы видите на экране.
The title of my presentation is shown on the screen. The research was done at the poultry industry department, supervised by academician Ivan Kochish. The study was done jointly with the Kaliningrad-based Baltic Federal University, named after Immanuel Kant. Olga Babich is the scientific supervisor. So why brown algae? We started studying the literature, took a close look at the various patents, feed additive patents, and we saw that lots of feed additives called adsorbers, adaptogens, probiotics, and prebiotics contain algae. And foreign companies from Europe and the US supply such feed additives to Russia. So we decided to take a closer look at the brown algae. There are lots of publications devoted to this type of algae, by the way. Just a few words about the way they produce brown algae. Brown algae in the White Sea has been produced for quite a long time. It's difficult manual labor. They produce it during the white nights. Then they dry out the algae. And ultimately, they manufacture a good product that contains a number of biologically active substances, primarily iodine. The iodine is highly bioavailable, and it has been shown that the uptake of iodine from brown algae is 70% higher than that of the medical drugs. And iodine is required by a body to produce a number of hormones and for the proper functioning of the thyroid gland. Fucoidan is a very interesting polysaccharide that has been studied by Russian medics. Several PhD theses were defended on that. It's an antioxidant. It absorbs reactive oxygen species. In addition to that, it stimulates activity of the endogenous immune system by producing the substances shown in the screen. In addition to that, fucoidan stimulates bifidobacteria production that are responsible for the proper functioning of the immune system. Jointly with the Kaliningrad University, we studied the chemical composition. As you can see, iodine content is high, alginates, polysaccharides. By the way, I listened very attentively to two presentations, and it turns out that brown algae contains polyphenolics, and all these substances are required for proper functioning of the gut flora. Non-saturated fatty acids were also found in the brown algae. The composition is shown in this particular slide. And as far as amino acids are concerned, I just highlighted the main ones, lysine and methionine. In our lab, molecular genetics lab at our academy, we carried out the initial test. This is just the outset. We used high concentrations of the algae, 0.5 to 1.5%, and we used our model to assess the impact on the egg quality, egg lay rate, and so on and so forth. This is what we added into the feed. Nutrition, protein, lipids content are shown here. And the main outcome is shown here. The average egg weight increased. These are statistically significant results. and the egg weight increased from 3.5 to 4.1%. We did not see any impact on the productivity and the survival rates. So the main impact of the brown algae is an increased egg weight. However, we will continue our studies, and we plan to experiment with low concentrations of brown algae, which is the case with commercially produced foreign drugs. I'm talking about 50 to 200 grams per ton of feed. And we will probably study the molecular mechanism behind this process. Thank you for your attention. And in conclusion, let me just invite egg producing farms for cooperation. We received a grant to study the molecular mechanisms of longevity in layers, and we'll be happy to use your data in our studies. Are you talking about molting farms? Well, we can discuss this issue offline. Right, thank you.